Good morning, students. This is 11th standard botany video class, video 3. In this video, we are going to continue the lesson tissue and tissue system. Dear students, in the previous video class, we have seen what is meristematic tissue, characteristic features of meristematic tissue, different functions based on the position, origin, and functions of classification and also plane of division classification. Then different theories of shoot apical meristem and root apical meristem, and their different characteristic feature with the diagram. Now in this video we are going to see the next topic, different types of tissue system and their structure and function. Dear students, see the topic, the tissue system. In the lower classes itself, you have studied what is cell. Cell is a structural and functional unit of an organism. Group of cell combine together to form a tissue. Group of tissue combine together to form a tissue system. Number of tissue system combine together form an organ. Organs are combined together form organ system. Different organs which are forming the organism. That is the different hierarchy which we have seen in the lower classes. So in this paragraph also, they have given plant cells are organized into tissue, tissues organized into organ. Different organ shows difference in their internal structure. So this internal structure of organs shows the variation and their adaptation to different environment. Dear students, see the scientist Julius von Sachs. He has given the definition of a tissue and also classification of a tissue. First one, what is tissue system? Is the important 2-mark question. Make a note in your textbook. A group of tissues performing a similar function. That means group of tissues doing the same function irrespective of its position, but their position is vary. In the plant body, it is called a tissue system. So dear students, the position of a tissues are vary, but this group of tissues are doing the similar function, that is same function, that is called a tissue system. A German scientist named Julius von Sachs in the year 1875 has classified the tissue into different types. According to Sachs, tissue system is divided into 3 types: epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system, and vascular tissue system. Dear students, how this epidermal, ground, and vascular tissue system are derived or produced or originated. First one, epidermal tissue system derived from protoderm, ground tissue system derived from ground meristem, vascular tissue system derived from procambium. So, apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and also lateral meristem. Based on the position, it is divided into 3 types you studied. Another one, based on the origin, it is divided into 3 types. One is protoderm, which are produced outer epidermis and their cells. Second one, ground tissue system derived from the ground meristem produce cortex region, and vascular tissue system derived from the procambium gives rise to xylem and phloem. So these three are the different types of tissue system according to Sachs. Dear students, important 5-mark question. Different types of tissue and their characteristic feature. 3 types: epidermal, ground and vascular tissue system. Ground tissue system is otherwise known as fundamental tissue system. Vascular tissue system otherwise known as conduction tissue system. So types / characters. First one, formation. Epidermal tissue system forms from the outermost covering, that is protoderm. Ground meristem formed from the ground meristem. Vascular tissue system formed from the procambium or procambial bundles. Then components, that is different types of cells present in the epidermis, ground and vascular. Epidermal tissue system consists of epidermal cell, stomata and epidermal outgrowth. Ground meristem consists of different permanent tissue, that is simple permanent tissue, parenchyma and collenchyma. Vascular tissue system consists of xylem and phloem. Then function. Epidermal tissue system give protection of a plant body, absorption of water in the roots, gaseous exchange for photosynthesis and respiration, transpiration in leaves. Then second one, ground tissue system give mechanical support to the organs, prepares and stores the food in the leaf and stem. Last one, vascular tissue system. Xylem conducts water and mineral salts. Phloem conducts food material. Both of them give mechanical strength or support. So these are all the different types of tissue system and their characters and functions. So first we are going to see the epidermal tissue system. So epidermal tissue system is the outermost layer of plants or covering of plants. This tissue system only directly contact with the external environment, that is outer environment. This tissue system consists of epidermis, which is derived from the protoderm. 1 mark question. Epidermis is derived from the protoderm. So the epidermis is a Greek word, namely epi and derma. These two are the Greek word which is present in the word epidermis. Epi means upon, at the top, and derma means skin. Upon the skin, that is said to be epidermis, meaning of Greek word. Although the epidermis is the outermost layer, this epidermis is interrupted by, that is mingled with, stomata in many plants. So the epidermis is the continuous outer layer. This outer continuous layer is interrupted by stoma in many plants. So first we are going to see the leaf epidermis. In dicot leaf is generally dorsiventral, that is upper surface and lower surface. Leaf is differentiated into upper epidermis and the lower epidermis, that is said to be dorsiventral. It consists of two epidermis, upper and lower epidermis. The epidermis is made up of with only single layer, only one layer made up of with closely packed parenchymatous cell. So it is made up of parenchymatous cell only. There is no gap between the parenchyma cells. They are closely packed. And also how many layer? Only one layer. So it is the outermost layer made up of single layer of cells that are closely packed. Generally, outer to the epidermis, a thick layer is covered, is called cuticle. This cuticle is present in both upper epidermis and lower epidermis. Upper epidermis consists of thicker cuticle than the lower epidermis. Then in the upper epidermis, the single layer of epidermis is interrupted by minute openings, is called stomata. The singular pronunciation of stomata is stoma. Usually, stomata are more in number on the lower epidermis than the upper epidermis. This stoma is surrounded by bean-shaped two God cells. That is, pair of specialized bean-shaped cells are known as God cells. In most of the dicot and monocot, the shape of the God cell is dumbbell shaped. One more question, kindly make a note in your textbook. In most of the dicots and monocots, the shape of the stoma is bean shaped, but in some grasses and sedges, the God cells are dumbbell shaped. It's important. One more question. Dicot and monocot, bean shaped, grasses and sedges, dumbbell shaped. These God cells contains chloroplast, but other epidermal cells do not contain chloroplast. So it is the only epidermal cell which contains chloroplast. Other epidermal cells lack of, that is, absence of chloroplast. Dear students, see the diagram. This is the two types of stoma. First one is the bean-shaped or kidney-shaped stoma, which is present in monocot and dicot. Then, second diagram is the dumbbell-shaped stomata, which is present in grasses and sedges. It's a very, very important. One more question. And also, the structure of stomata is the outermost layer is epidermal cell, interrupted by minute openings, is called stoma. These stoma are surrounded by a pair of specialized epidermal cell, is called God cells. These God cells contains chloroplast. In some of the plants, these God cells are surrounded by 2 to 8 cells which are helping to the God cells in gaseous exchange and transpiration. Those cells are known as accessory cells or subsidiary cells. So at the center, they are having the opening is called stoma. So these two are the different types of stomata or stoma based on their shapes. Next important 3-mark question. Write a short note on subsidiary cells. Dear students, kindly make a note in your textbook. Write a short notes on subsidiary cells or accessory cells. Stomata are minute pores surrounded by 2 guard cells. The stoma occur mainly in the epidermis of leaves. So root it is absent. In stem it is also present but somewhat lesser in number when compared to the leaves. So most probably the stoma which is present in the upper and lower epidermis of the leaves. In some plants, addition to guard cells, a specialized epidermal cells present which are clearly distinct, means clearly from other epidermal cells. They are called as subsidiary cells. 2-mark question. What is subsidiary cells? Write a short notes on subsidiary cells means it is 3-mark question. So the answer is, in some plants, addition to the guard cells, a specialized epidermal cells are present which are distinct from the other epidermal cell. That means it will be different from the other epidermal cells. So they are called as subsidiary cells. So based on the number and arrangement of subsidiary cells around the guard cells, the various types of stomata are recognized. Both the guard cells and subsidiary cells which are helping in the opening and closing of the stomata during gaseous exchange, that is respiration and transpiration and photosynthesis. So this is the structure of subsidiary cells and their function. So write a short notes on subsidiary cell is very, very important. So in some plants, apart from the guard cells, a special type of cells which are clearly distinct and compared to the other epidermal cells are known as subsidiary cells. So the number of subsidiary cell and the arrangement of subsidiary cell and guard cell, the type of the stomata may be vary. The guard cell and subsidiary cell which is responsible for opening and closing of the stoma during gaseous exchange at the time of respiration and photosynthesis and transpiration. What is transpiration? So excess of water will be removed through aerial parts of a plant is called, or a leaf is called transpiration. We already studied in the lower classes 3 types of transpiration: stomatal transpiration, lenticular transpiration and cuticular transpiration. So the next topic is epidermal outgrowth. Dear students, the types of tissue system and their character table column we have seen. Types of cell in epidermal tissue system is epidermis and epidermal outgrowth and stomata. So these 3 are the important cells which is present in the epidermis. First we have seen leaf epidermis. Then again we have seen stomata and subsidiary cells and guard cells and their arrangements and function. Next, epidermal outgrowth. So many types of epidermal outgrowth which is present in the stems. These outgrowths are made up of with unicellular, there is only one cell, or multicellular, that means many cell. They are small appendages. Appendages means outgrowth that originated from the epidermal cells. Originated from the epidermal cells are called trichomes. Dear students, write the question in your textbook. What are trichomes? There are many types of epidermal outgrowths like specialized appendages originated from the epidermal cells are called trichome. These trichomes may be branched or unbranched. Some of them are one-celled or more-celled in thick. Their size is also different, shape is also different. This trichome is also may be glandular. Glandular means they are secreting certain substances, that is said to be glandular. Another one, non-secreting, that is non-glandular. For glandular, example, rose and ocimum. Dear students, what are trichome is the 2-mark question. Write a short notes on trichome is the 3-mark question. Once again, the epidermis, which consists of specialized appendages, that means outgrowth produced from epidermal cell called trichomes. They may be branched or unbranched. Their thickness is one-celled thickness or many-celled thickness. The shape and size may be vary. They may be glandular, secreting certain substances, or non-glandular. Glandular, example, rose and ocimum. Dear students, do you know paragraph? Some important points is given here. The trichome on the leaves of insectivorous plants secrete mucopolysaccharides that trap the insects. In insectivorous plants, the leaves contains trichome in the epidermal region. These trichomes secrete mucopolysaccharide. These mucopolysaccharides which attract the insects, and also these trichomes capturing the insects. Next one, pyliferous layer of the root has 2 types of epidermal cells. So pyliferous layer means the epidermis which contains root as is known as epiblemma or pyliferous layer. So the pyliferous layer of the root has 2 types of epidermal cell. One is the long cell, another one is the short cell. The short cells are known as trichoblast. Another very important 2-mark question. What are trichoblast? Write its function. What is the function of the trichoblast? The trichoblast gives rise to the root as. These root as absorb water and mineral salts from the soil. So that is the answer for what are trichoblast and their function. What is the definition of trichoblast? The pyliferous layer of the root consists of 2 types of cell. One is the long cell, another one is the short cell. Short cell are called trichoblast, which are producing root as. The functions of the root are is absorption of water and mineral salts from the soil. See the first line, trichoblasts are produced or elongate into root as. Some of the epidermal as are look like in the form of star shaped. It's look like the star shaped. So those epidermal hairs are known as stellate hairs, present in some plants. Example, styrax. And also many members of Malvaceae and Solanaceae family members contains stellate hairs. What is the meaning of stellate hairs? Star shaped hairs or epidermal outgrowth which is present in some plants of styrax and many members of Malvaceae and Solanaceae. Dear students, see the diagram. First one is the epidermal outgrowth, that is known as hair. It is made up of only one cell, that is known as unicellular hair. Second one, this is said to be uniseriate branched. So uniseriate, unbranched hair means there is no branches. Third one, branched multiseriate, that means many cells with the branched. Last one is the rhizodermis and root hairs. That means rhizodermis means a layer which is present in the root region gives rise to root hair. So in this pyliferous layer, see two type of cell is there. One cell is long, another one is the short. The short cells only gives rise to trichoblast. The trichoblast afterwards gives rise to root hairs responsible for absorption of water and mineral salts. Another one, in Malvaceae and Solanaceae and Styrax, the epidermal hairs are in the form of star-shaped. Those hairs are known as stellate hairs. So these are all the different types of trichomes. So another epidermal outgrowth, it's said to be prickle. Prickle means it is otherwise known as தானும் சொல்லலாம், that is முள் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம் இல்லையா. Sharp pointed epidermal outgrowths are known as prickle with no water supply. That means there is no conduction of water and food material. So it is epidermal outgrowth. They are stiff, sharp pointed appearance. See the diagram. It is the stem of a rose plant. We all know that when rose plants, the outer surface of a stem is covered with sharp pointed stiff appendages, means outgrowth. So these outgrowths are known as prickle. In this prickle, there is no vascular supply. That means no conduction of water and food material. Example, rose. What are prickle? Give example is the important 2-mark question. Make a note in your textbook. Dear students, another very important 5-mark question. Functions of epidermal tissue system. Kindly make a note, important note in your textbook. Functions of epidermal tissue system. So this tissue system in the shoot checks excessive loss of water due to presence of cuticle. It will be check the transpiration process due to the presence of cuticle. Then the epidermis region protects the tissues which is present inner side of the epidermis. That's why they given epidermis protects the underlying tissues. Then in this epidermal tissue, a minute opening is called stomata, responsible for transpiration and gaseous exchange. Then the branched or unbranched, unicellular or multicellular outgrowth is called trichomes, which are helpful in the dispersal of fruits and seeds, and also they are giving protection against grazing animals. Then another epidermal outgrowth is prickle. This prickle is also giving protection against animals, and also they check the excessive amount of transpiration. In some rose plant, these prickles help in climbing. In some of the rose plants, these prickles are help in climbing. Then in some plants, glandular hairs is also present there. They are repel herbivorous animals. Repel means விளக்குறது. From the grass plant eating animals, that is said to be herbivorous animals. So some glandular hairs repel That means away from the plant. So, repel herbivorous animals. So, these are all the different functions of epidermal tissue system. Dear students, I hope we all understood different types of tissue system, characters of tissue system, and also we have seen first type epidermal tissue system and their cells which is present in the epidermis, shape and their function. Up to this, I conclude my video. Remaining, we will see in the next video class. God bless you. All the best, children.